welcome to the Pixel Shed's final thing for today.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dead.
Sony, I'm Joel Owens, Ollie Saville, Jacob Dickens, Adam Allcroft, Greg Smith.
Back from the brink of suicide.
Yeah.
I just realised I said hello at Jacob's name. I am not Jacob.
No, you're not.
No.
But the night does things to our minds.
Does do things for minds, especially when Sony
Drop a bomb.
dropping multiple bombs.
Especially when those minds have been blown.
I
Yes.
think it's impossible to blow Gregor's mind.
It's just kind of half blown.
Yeah. Oh fuck!
It's
It's,
like
all games.
It's all games.
I was expecting something that wasn't games.
Well, you did get something that wasn't games, but we'll come on to
Oh,
that
God.
because we all glazed over at it. So,
I don't remember.
so a pale chin man came out, started introducing things. Mate, what you doing with your face?
His little great,
Worse than my facial hair.
great
Apparently.
fuzz.
Apparently, it was a white beard.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told.
You thought he'd just
I
not.
kind of thought it was just a lack of tan on the chin.
I thought it was a weird like got milk advert or something.
We've all been there. You know, dodgy chin tan.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he's obviously.
I know,
like,
I've
going salt and pepper.
I've currently got 3 dodgy chin hairs.
I have a few. If you want to count them.
So and then the man introduced it. I can't remember his name. He always seems very nervous on
Yeah.
stage. But then they
That's how
just
you
got.
get a fandom.
That's just
Just
how they
started out.
started out with
Bam.
punching us in the face. They did it. The Last Guardian,
Yeah.
2016.
Yabai! Durgu! Durgu! Vijay. Vijay.
Still exists.
Gameplay.
Actual gameplay,
Yeah.
and it looks exactly like the
You can tell
Said
this
it was
is like
gonna
a
look-
Team Eco game.
yeah. The
It looks
kids
different
look.
to like everything else.
Yeah. That big griffin-looking thing.
Oh,
I
it's
think
so cute.
it's gonna
It looked,
die.
it looked
Yeah.
bright. It looked bright and shiny.
Yeah,
and
it
new.
looked-
and
He looked
Looks-
hairy.
It looked terrible.
The
Yeah.
hair looked real.
Did appreciate the feather physics.
So
I liked it. I did.
yeah.
Yeah, it does look.
I just genuinely can't believe they actually did it. Like
It
that's
still
the big thing.
exists.
Well, no, they've always said it's existed and it's going to be in development, but it's been in development hell for fucking ages.
Yeah.
To the point where it was kind of becoming a bit of a joke.
Yeah, it's becoming a joke. Like the guy left the studio and is still there on contract, which is why Yoshida, Sho Yoshida, was like, I need to actually give credit to the guy who did this because the fuck he's actually doing it. Shu is like is basically the biggest advocate for The Last Guardian in all the interviews and everything like that. He's constantly said, "Oh, it's coming, it's just not ready to show yet because oh my god, it's."
So
in
this
fucking
used the
hell."
AI weren't there? That was the thing. I believe it was the AI with the griffin thing.
Well,
That's been the thing from what I've
I'm
heard.
going to search this up, and if you're wrong, I'm going to put a big X over your face with.
But can you have a tick if I'm right?
With
Yeah.
family fortune sound.
So I do remember reading about this in 2008 when I was on holiday and I was at Games TM magazine,
Yeah.
which is
Shit.
ridiculous.
But
Why
yeah.
do you really like? You went on holiday.
Yeah.
Do something else.
You read? I like reading magazines. So.
No, so they showed The Last Guardian, and we were like, the room kind of went silent.
Yeah.
We were kind of like,
I might.
is this actually a thing? Like, well, Sony went straight to direct feed, so you couldn't hear the audience because God knows what that was fucking like. But no, it was just like that was the first big bomb. Like that's like the first. E3 has lost its shock value. Like there's been no massive surprises because either everything gets leaked or.
And even that was rumoured.
Yeah, that was rumoured, and then it was like, are they actually going to do it? They did, because like this was like kind of the last year they could not do it before it became an unfunny joke.
Do come again?
No, not even that level. Like to the point where it's like, are they just straight up lying to us at this point? So yeah, Glass Guardians.
Personally, I'm not sure if I'd actually showed it first.
Would you not have shown it first?
I think it
But
would
the
have
thing
made an awesome end to the show.
Yeah.
Not necessarily have swapped around what was at the end of the show, Uncharted, and put it at the front, because that could have been a bit of a like, not weak opening, just kind of lukewarm. So maybe
Well, it's a cool opening because there's a lot of people who want
like,
it, but
maybe the Final Fantasy announcement at the start.
No, that fit well where it went.
Yeah.
But we'll come
I
on.
think something.
Just
I can see.
kind of bookend it.
Yeah.
Because Uncharted 4 wasn't a bomb. Because we know it's been.
No, but what they showed.
And we will get onto it later,
but then so yeah, and then Guerrilla Games came out, who are known for the Killzone series alone, I think.
Pretty much.
I don't think they've done anything else. Killzone, not a fantastic series, but they've made 4 of them because why not? Plus a PSP
They need a
game.
Halo.
They need a PSP game and a Vita game. So
Well, yeah, it was just like when the PS4 came out, it's like, I guess I can buy Killzone.
yeah, like I boosted up my PS4
Yes,
and
that's
it was installed on the PS4. Like I don't know where it came from, but apparently I got it at some
It's
point.
like a U2 album. It's just there.
Yeah. So Guerrilla Games are making, what did they call it? I fucking can't remember. I didn't write the name down.
Was that it?
Horizon, yes.
Horizon
Good memory.
Was that right?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, no. When I go look up the
Yeah, no,
shit.
it was
Horizon, which is this really fucking cool looking
With
hunting style
Yeah,
game.
so-
sort of.
hunting style.
Robot dinosaurs!
Yes.
That basically. Robot dinosaurs done right, not like in Transformers.
Yeah.
It's a new take on the post-apocalyptic.
Yes.
Is that right? It looks
Where the
the
world,
machines have risen.
the machines have risen.
You've got a spear.
Yeah, so it's tribes versus.
Michael Bay is nowhere in sight.
Thank God for that.
What they showed was apparently entirely in-engine, like actual gameplay,
And it looks amazing.
like just the
It was-
fucking
it was-
explosions
It
going
was
on.
pretty.
Like you know when people
Enemies
say,
were pretty.
yeah,
Environments were
you know when
pretty.
you know when people
Ladies
was,
were probably pretty.
you know when people were saying years ago where it's like cinematic gameplay. We want everything to be like the cinema. This was that, and they didn't even mention those words. So it was like fucking great. I'm down for that.
The word I used was pretty.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah.
You shoot robots in the taint area, and they explode. So
Yeah.
fuck yes. And then leading on from that, what did they say anything else about like the release date? Was it next year?
I can't remember.
Not a lot of release dates.
Not a lot of
actually.
release
dates.
In the whole
Very
Sony thing, just
vague.
sort of, yeah.
2016.
2016.
That was
Yeah,
the last Guardian.
Yeah, the only thing we got release dates for were things that I think have already been announced. So like
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
If that's going to be a fault on this conference, that is pretty.
Yeah, but at the same
It's
time,
not a major fault. I'm not
at
going
the
to.
same time, there's so much shit coming out this year anyway from like the just like Ubisoft and EA and all that lot. So I'm not that fussed. But then an IO interactive game came up, and it wasn't Kane and Lynch 3. It was a new Hitman game, just called Hitman in a nice fancy.
The first Hitman wasn't
Design
called just
box.
Hitman, was it?
Doesn't at all look like the Valve logo.
No.
I was not impressed with the hair physics.
On Agent 47.
Absolutely not. Couldn't even see his eyebrows flowing in the wind.
Do you reckon they'll have a bit of
Yeah.
a flare off of his head though?
Yeah, Bloom. Yeah, new Hitman game. They showed no gameplay, but they said there's going to be a beta at the end. Well, they said it's going to be a PS4 exclusive, so Not the game, but the beta. So multiplayer, I guess. Everything's betas this E3 apparently.
Yes.
Because
We're too afraid to fuck things up.
yeah,
We've pissed you off so much. We need to stop it this time.
which I'm not too fussed about. If I
Yeah.
get to play something earlier than before, and then go, I kind of want that now. I wasn't going to play that before.
It's a mixture of it's a good way of running demos now. Seeing as demos are quite expensive to produce, especially in the AAA environment.
Yeah, and
Better
then
than paying for them like Ground Zeroes.
yeah, and then they went straight into Street Fighter 5.
Oh yeah.
Jacob kind of went, don't make me buy a PS4.
I knew that I was already going to get a PS4 at some point because I
And
need
it's-
to play Street
yeah.
Fighter.
And is that the thing that's going to do it?
But, well, I mean, it didn't show off anything that crazy new. They showed
No,
off two
Two
characters.
new characters. Birdie
Cammy,
and
which you kind of expected.
Yeah.
Birdie is just
out of nowhere.
out of left field, yeah. They're going a bit more with the
Still waiting for
Street Fighter Alpha characters,
Yeah.
it seems.
So more stuff of that came out last week.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff like from like Judges Week and stuff like that, like what they saw and
Well, they put out like
there was a
techniques trailer. and
yeah,
all that stuff.
and they showed a new level and like here's M Bison. He's a bit different.
He's a bit older.
He's an older. He's got grey hair.
Yeah.
And he walks everywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's nothing particularly new from what's been shown before, but
Yeah.
it still looks good.
And then also something that we already knew existed, but I still don't believe is actually real, is No Man's Sky.
yeah.
Oh, if it's real, it's absolutely incredible. And
Yeah.
it's going to be one of those.
Like
It's
the stuff they've said about it, and all this like like there's millions of galaxies and stuff like that.
I don't think anything's capable of that.
The issue I have with it is, it looks great,
Yeah.
but I worry that it might get really repetitive.
Yeah.
Like, yes, these things are random, but is it just going to be a slight difference of the same
I
thing each
can't
time?
remember what they said the goal was. Even if there is a goal, it might just be a big exploration game that you boot up.
Yeah.
It
now.
seems like what a Star Trek game should be.
Yeah, that's.
It's not Star Trek isn't about actually blowing up like it has been in the recent movie. It's about exploration and finding new things and being peaceful and negotiating. And that seems like that's the sort of place where it would fit. Just exploring, finding these new places.
Yeah.
I hope there's good variety. I would like to see some of them have people
Yeah.
on it and
Well,
stuff.
even in the demo, the guy said, "I've seen better."
Yeah, I love that. I've seen better, but
It's
I've
like
seen
if you're-
worse.
if you're
Yeah, he also
present-
said I've seen worse, which
Yeah.
this is
Sorry,
worrying.
Um,
Imagine that's just a car park that planet is being on.
Yeah, if you're doing it, like I like the fact that they did a live demo and hey, here's a random world, we don't know what we're gonna fucking see.
Yeah.
I've got to make this entire presentation up on the fly, which is fucking amazing for a nerd like at E3, like a developer.
Yeah, not some
because-
slick guy.
Yeah, like barely any. It looked like he was barely not teleprompting too much and stuff like that. Because God, what the fuck could he do? Like,
What does the teleprompter actually say at that point?
we'd-
Just make shit up.
We'd seen a lot of what it kind of is.
yeah,
The one thing that kind of went through my mind was I don't think they've actually announced it for it, but that game would look really good in VR.
I think they might be doing VR.
Because I think that would look really
Yeah,
I think I've got a feeling at some point someone somewhere mentioned VR.
good.
No
I think
Man's
that's
Sky.
really, really, really cool.
Yes, if they link Morpheus in with it, because Sony, it's obviously it's not a PS4 exclusive. It's coming to PS4 first
Some
and
PC
then
as well,
PC.
Yeah.
So, hey, if Sony don't do it, I don't help them do it. The PC community will.
They'll
So,
figure it out.
and then a minion came on our screen
Yes.
from Media Molecule.
Look like a
Not the ones from the EA conference,
No.
we'll have to say, but
That's the joke. Gone over your head. Choo. They're making Trapdoor 2. So I don't know what it is.
It's called Dreams.
Dreams.
yeah, it seems like it's. I tried to describe it to myself, basically to work out like a much more.
Because we weren't interested
It's
in our
going to be a
conversations.
cog drawing simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like an advanced version of that art gallery, Nintendo, a much better version. That's
People
more.
are going to draw and animate their dicks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like I said when it happened. There's going to be some people who make
shit
these.
on the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people are going to actually animate themselves shitting on the idea.
Yeah, that is a shame that people are just going to ruin it. Actual
They-
people.
There's going to be some artistic stuff in this, and
It's
it's
gonna be
going to
awesome.
look great. But
stuff.
you know the community, you know what it's
Yeah.
going to do to this game.
It's when you realise you hate humanity.
Also, I feel like it was a bit vague in that the whole concept involves drawing this thing that is your dream and then making it interact with other dreams.
Yeah.
Things, yeah.
And it's
What does that mean?
How do they
Interact
explain
is
that?
sort
Is
of
it
like
going to be like Little Big Planet where you have to kind of program it beforehand and then like say, you're a bear, do bear things.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you draw a fire, will the bear sleep next to? I don't know. But anyway,
I'm sorry. I feel like if it was gonna be a playable, it would just involve too much effort.
yeah,
Right?
it's like little
Nothing is going to look as good as the stuff they made.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
It's
put
gonna
it
be
on a
great.
stick man
Yeah.
with his wine fork and below.
It's going to be a great way to realise you have no imagination. You're going to open it up, you're going to have all these tools there, and you think, I can
it's not.
I did actually say when it came on, and it was all this sort of weird, dreamy kind of space zen shit, and I was like, Imagination Simulator 2015, and it's shit. It happened.
Yeah.
It went down.
The problem with it is that what the fuck is it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you? Where's
I mean,
the actual game?
prove me wrong. Prove
Like,
that it's not just a bunch of people drawing
Yeah.
penises.
Like,
don't
is
do
it
that.
is it like Little Big Planet where you create, after you've done what they've presented to you, do you create the games yourselves and stuff like that,
Or is that uploading them onto
Yeah,
like
is it, I don't know what the fuck.
a thing?
Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean, I
Ubisoft will
understand.
make it, and all the memes will interact with each other.
well,
Oh my god, a game called Memes, made by Ubisoft.
Oh, simulator.
Just Aisha Taylor's head floating through the sky.
I understand
Whoa.
from like the creation sort of standpoint that it kind of had to look the way it did, but
Yeah.
I wasn't really a huge fan of the art style.
No,
either.
they
liked it
They showed
personally.
it. I think
like
they
an
showed
oil
it.
painting.
I think they showed it
Like-
last year.
When they-
It was a weird thing. It was like Media Molecule have this,
Hmm.
and it's like, right, what the fuck was that? And a year later, we're still like, right, what the fuck was that?
When they were creating the dude's face and it
Yeah.
was like morphing all this weird clay stuff, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, it was a bit
Look,
unsettling.
like
yeah.
I said, I'm gonna make Trapdoor 2. And then the Destiny stuff. They showed the new Destiny expansion and reminding me of the mistakes I'm about to make.
I have no desire to go back to this.
Yeah. If you listen to the first episode of the
Very
Pixel Show
first
podcast,
one.
very first one that might no longer be online, we kind of disparaged Destiny.
Yeah,
And then,
I literally just finished it at that point.
yeah, and last week I bought Destiny for a tenner because
just
for
a
some
tenner, wow.
because for some reason I have this weird morbid interest to go back to it. New Destiny expansion on the 15th of September. It's going to cost $40 probably. It's a big expansion.
Yeah.
It comes on its own disc.
Oh,
They showed a box with it.
I didn't see that.
So it's going to be big
Alright.
probably. That's probably how Destiny's going to
I'm
go.
sure it'll be
Destiny's a service. It's not a game. It's not a game.
platform.
Yeah, it's a platform that next year they're already calling it Destiny Year 1. Like, if you played it in 2014, that's Destiny Year 1. We're in Year 2 now, and like Destiny 2 will probably be Year 3 and stuff like that. And then Final Fantasy Cute Edition.
Oh yeah.
That was
the world-
adorable.
The world of Final Fantasy, where you can basically, it kind of reminds me of the mobile game that just recently came out,
Right.
Record Keeper, where you basically you're this record keeper and you go through the old worlds of Final Fantasy
Oh.
and collect. It's a mobile free to play thing, so it's like collect your team, and it's like now I have Cloud Strife and Squall and stuff like that. But this is like more. This is coming to Vita and PS4. Cute turn-based. It looks like it's like we don't really want to make old school Final Fantasy games anymore, so we'll do something weird with it as well.
Looks like it'd been more suited to 3DS, but
No, have you seen it? 3DS
well,
would do that.
it looks stunning. I mean, that sort of style.
Yeah, but I want to fucking play that on that. Like, I don't want to play.
Big
Like, I'll
too.
play it on my Vita on the way to uni and stuff like. While I'm waiting for videos to export and stuff like that. I want to play it on that. I want to cutify my fucking face up. I want to inject it into my eyes. But more talking about injecting.
Next year's big reveal. Screw virtual reality. You're going to inject the games into your eyes.
You didn't see Joel's expression when he looked at me then. It was terrifying.
Well, it's on video, so they probably did.
No, the way he just looked at all the faces in
Ignoring.
Because they probably only got a profile of it.
And then Sony just fucking... So, context.
Yes.
PlayStation experience in December. Square Enix, a guy who literally looked like he came off the plane, went, "Hello, we're doing Final Fantasy VII for PS4. It's the PC version that we just put out. It's the old one." And people went fucking
Well, everyone was
apeshit.
kind of like, yeah.
Everyone was like getting
well,
really
don't get
fucking
a Final
excited.
Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy. They even did the thing where they do like the remakes now, where it's like the
tiny screen.
little screen, and you're expecting it to like expand out.
Oh, amazing,
And it was like, no, we're just putting Final Fantasy VII back out, guys. You know, we put it on everything, so now we just need to put it on
It's
this.
just the old game.
Yeah, it's just the old game. And so Adam Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Boys was out still, and he was like, "We've got something special for you. It's fucking Final Fantasy VII remake.
And they literally put the word remake on the screen.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
to
it's
make sure.
just really.
Looks a lot like Advent Children."
Possibly one of the few occasions when you could put remake on the screen and people were like, yeah!
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the HD remaster people working in the business since 2006 have been waiting for, because it's the headline they've been waiting to write and get out the fucking way.
I imagine there's a load of WordPress giraffes
Yeah.
with all that.
So there's literally just a trailer, but like, hey, it's more than just an HD upgrade. It's like they're remaking the game. That's a word they put on the screen. Remake. They're remaking it from the ground up for the PS4. Join the conversation.
I played the original.
Don't worry, it's not aged very well. This is where they can fix Final
But
Fantasy
everyone
VII.
else seems to have.
It was a good game when you first played it. If you go back and play it now, it's fucking shite.
Final
So-
Fantasy 6 is better.
We're not getting into this discussion because you're wrong, because Final Fantasy 4 is the best Final Fantasy, so...
I played 13.
Who didn't? Yeah, so they showed no gameplay because obviously I don't think it's ready for that, because
Unless we get it.
God knows what's going on at Square Enix, because fucking Final Fantasy 15 is hot shit at the minute. That's like not even 70% complete apparently. They've just put out the second they're putting out a second demo. You know, like shit, who's working on it? How big is Square Enix? Like, do they have this money to be throwing around for remakes and stuff like that? God knows. Considering they were disappointed in Tomb Raider for selling 4 million copies on previous platforms because it didn't make the money back.
Yes.
So they must be doing
Final
something.
Fantasy 7 will be easy money though, let's face
And
it,
then-
depending on how much you spend on it.
Yeah, and then moving on from that, just to round out the fucking bombshells. They came out and said we're supporting this Kickstarter because it's coming to PlayStation platforms as well as PC. It's Shenmue fucking 3. Shenmue being a shit game from the Dreamcast that people loved for some reason. And then Shenmue 2.
That's how to invoke some rage.
People like story, I guess.
It's not even a good story.
I don't know. Play it.
Yeah, so Shenmue 3.
I know it's a
Come
big
in.
deal.
Yeah,
As of when we last checked, almost 20% funded
Yes.
on Kickstarter.
That, and to say that, and it's been down, hasn't it?
yeah,
Kickstarter as
Kickstarter
well.
went down for about half an hour or so, I think.
They want 2 million, so if you've got 2 million lying around,
Just
then
I think that's maybe a bit too small for what they're asking, so they must already have the money in the bank ready to go.
I
for
have
it.
a feeling by the time I wake up later on to come here for the Nintendo, it's going to be done
Oh,
by
it'll be done,
Kickstarter.
it'll be done by the end of the week, guaranteed.
I think it might be done by tomorrow.
And
what
then
are the stretch goals?
yeah,
Shenmue 4!
Shenmue DLC.
Your face in the game.
creepy face
More
in the game.
forklift games.
Actually, a remake of probably a PS remake.
Yeah,
of
that's what we were
Shenmue.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
will Sony go ahead and just go, hey, we'll do this for you while you're doing this? So here we go. And then Batman thing.
Yeah,
I think they showed. I think that was the Scarecrow missions
Yes.
that they were showing
They're
off. The
gonna be
exclusive thing.
PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Showed some first-person stuff.
Yeah, first-person stuff where you're a cop and you go into a diner and then you start shooting.
Shoot up loads of civilians.
Yep.
Because you're scared.
Yeah.
That's an excuse.
And then
Looks
they,
really intense.
Well,
which is
sorry.
and then they briefly touched on VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very oddly briefly, considering
Yeah.
like how long Microsoft spent on it and how long PC's going to spend on it tomorrow.
Mm.
Hey, we're doing Morpheus. Here's a bunch of games that aren't ready for release, and neither's Morpheus because it's coming out next year. Here's a bunch of stuff. The thing that we pointed out was that there's nothing groundbreaking there. There's nothing to
Yeah.
make me buy Morpheus now.
They said about multiplayer stuff.
Mm.
We're gonna have more multiplayer stuff on Project Morpheus because, well, we can't do that at the moment. And
They-
why not?
Yeah, they announced that new IP for it. That mech thing.
Oh
The
yes.
3-on-3 mech shooter.
I kind of
yeah.
glazed over.
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
just
it
like-
was a glazed
I
over.
was just like, it's like half sizzle reel, half not. Like, we've got all these games we need to cram into one
Yeah.
big thing. Also, speaking of like cramming into one big thing, Devolver were there. Here's a load of games.
yeah. Here's a
Uh,
lot of stuff we're doing.
That was rapid.
it was rapid. It was like, but that's kind of, I like that about Devolver because they're just like, here's these games you won't know fucking anything about until you play them, or someone writes about them maybe. I don't know.
Or someone does a video on them.
Yeah.
Or talks about
And
it
then
on a
you watch-
podcast.
And then you watch the entire video and never play the game, because that's how I feel about some games sometimes. And then Andrew House came out and he was like,
Oh, what a
"It's
guy.
TV,
We love that guy.
I guess." And you pointed out, Gregor, that it might not even work over here.
Yeah, because, well, it had this big shape.
Yes.
It's like, look at all these TV channels we've got. And I went, that's not going to work. Because I think in this country we have like such a smaller amount, but of like massive TV
Yes.
networks. And they're all doing their own thing right now. I don't think they're going to be, and given that a lot of them have apps on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I
Anyway,
pointed out, the BBC, you will legally have. It's illegal
Yeah,
to make
you
you
have-
pay to
yeah.
get access to BBC.
So essentially, this TV thing they were advertising was like, hey.
PlayStation View.
Yeah.
I think it's the reason we never got that Nintendo TV thing over here.
It doesn't matter. No one
Yeah.
cares. But the thing about this was like, hey, you subscribe to a particular channel you want and you get that all the time. Why not? So if you want Big Bang Theory in your fucking ass, then go for that.
They have USA Network, so you can watch Raw every Monday.
You guys haven't even watched Raw, so.
Yeah.
And you
And
do
you
a
only
wrestling
get
podcast.
USA Network for Suits. So
Also, to be fair, they also very briefly mentioned, by the way, linking with Spotify for PlayStation Music was a great success when we relaunched it.
Yeah,
Which is
because
cool, but
it appeared, because I put my PS4 in rest mode, and
yeah.
I saw it come out, and I was like, okay, that's alright. And it was right fucking there. It was like, Spotify is here ready for you to go. And I was like, I guess I'll install it. That's pretty much how it's all gone. And then I realised, oh wait, I'm not subscribed to Spotify, because
Yeah.
why would I be? Because music is free everywhere else.
Yeah. I have a YouTube app
Yeah.
right here.
And then Andrew House, after he stopped boring us with TV and non-video game stuff, he was like, here's more video games, I guess. And they did the shooty bangs with the Call of Duties, which, surprising, not on Microsoft, at Sony.
that was the big surprise.
That was the biggest surprise about it, other than like, hey, I'm ready for another Call of Duty.
Well, it's something that we noted about the Microsoft conference.
Yes.
Today was
Yeah.
like, there wasn't any Call of Duty there.
And
I
so
think we
Sony,
had a guess that it might be there.
so if Sony have, because obviously they've got Activision in the back pocket. Activision has Sony in the back pocket. Well, I don't know how it works. Whoever's bigger.
Yeah,
at this
best
point.
buds.
They're best
Someone's
buds.
in a back pocket somewhere.
Yeah, like they're making out with over Destiny, so Activision probably went, this is doing better. PS4's doing better than the Xbox One. We'll go there until things blow over, I guess. The Call of Duty looks fun.
You were into it.
I was into it. I'm
Everyone
into
else
co-op.
kind of less so.
Yeah,
Everyone else glazed over.
I'm kind of into co-op shooting robots, growing a robot arm that shoots bullets in multiplayer. They didn't show any zombies, which they kind of usually don't, but whatever. And then John Vignacchi
Yes.
came out. You know how I said like Peter Moore probably gives really good hugs. Like
A good granddad hug.
He is the
Granddad
most
hug.
enthusiastic person I've seen.
John Vignocchi probably gives like good cuddles.
He's an enthusiastic man.
Yeah, he's a bouncing ball of Disney fun. I mean, if you worked for Disney and you got to stand in front of fucking thousands of nerds and go, "We're putting fucking Star Wars into the Disney game, guys. Look, you'd be able to do Darth Vader with Sully from Monsters Inc." Disney Infinity 3.0.
Hyping up that game that they specifically said was for families and children, Jacob. Families and children.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting it.
I think
Pretty much all the figures.
I think they know that it's like.
That
totally.
Jacob is there for them.
Well, it's not even like. I think that if they say it's just for families and children, then families and children are more likely to buy it. That's not going to stop.
But
Yeah.
certain-
even all
certain
the games,
people.
there's so many games that seem to be aimed at kids, but they know they have an adult audience, and they kind of think of like Pokemon. It's branded as a kids game,
Yep.
but so many adults play it. They've outright gone and said, "This is family and kids." Jacob.
Yeah, but
Is Pokemon a family game?
I have.
Yeah, I can't imagine playing
Ollie.
it with my mum.
hang on,
I have
Ollie.
family.
Ollie bought both copies of the last Pokemon game because he wanted to breed Pokemon and couldn't do it on his other one because he couldn't get access to particular Pokemon.
Well, you know what? I've got two DSs.
Yeah,
so I might
you
as
got
well
a
say this for both.
3DS for this shit.
Oh my lord. There is
Right.
the GTS now,
No.
there's no need.
No, you need friends for that.
Thank
I've
you.
got
You don't
Yes,
need the
it's-
GTS. You don't
Oh,
need the
what? Yeah.
GTS.
Actually, now I'm coming around to Ollie's line of thinking. Why bother Why bother getting people involved when you can do it yourself?
Why bother acknowledging the outside
Yeah.
world
Anyway,
when I can spend more money?
back on fucking.
Thanks for having my back, by the way, Joel.
Yeah.
It's totally like unpulled me from the bus.
Why do you think Amiibo sell out? Because fucking adults are buying them.
Yes.
Like, children don't have this type of money. Anyway, Disney Infinity, PlayStation are getting exclusive
Yeah.
things early.
They're getting a like special starter pack for
Yeah.
you, which has like a few of the figures, including
Jango,
Boba Fett,
Boba Fett, not Jango Fett.
and like the first campaign as
Yeah.
well. And all that
Now
stuff.
that's early.
That's
like,
gonna be like a month earlier than
Yeah.
anywhere else, which sucks.
but wouldn't you just be able
Probably get
to
figures.
acquire the figures
Yeah.
anyway? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
presume
going
they
to put it
will.
out there.
Yeah.
I'll never buy a game that uses the word playset.
well, that's just Disney Infinity, so you will never have to buy that. But Skylanders, however, and then following on from that, they showed more. EA showed more Battlefront, and Admiral.
Looks real nice.
Yeah, it looks.
It continues to look good.
The first bit was white,
This
the
one was
second bit was
brown.
brown.
Star
What more
Wars
do you want?
was
First
both.
person shooter.
Yeah,
You
it
get a
was-
green one later.
yeah, and then.
That'll be all the maps.
Yeah, and then so Star Wars looks good, and then the Pale Chin Man came out again.
Yep.
It was like, we're wrapping up, but here's a demo of Uncharted 4.
Which went well.
The controller crashed and
Nice.
they reset it, and yo,
It took ages to start as well, didn't it?
Drake's
Yo.
just standing there in the street like, ooh.
yeah, like
What a give
they-
you.
Yeah, they were just letting the audience take it in.
That was the stance, yeah.
like yo, sequels to old video games look kind of like better versions of old video games. Uncharted 4 looks like more Uncharted. It took about 2 minutes for him to get into a shooty fight. Where
Well, actually, if you're going to judge by the start of when he actually said we're wrapping up,
yeah.
it took about like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But like once they actually started, and then they showed something new for Uncharted, which is driving, and
That's like new.
I was
Yeah.
aware that was new.
I would have
Yeah,
thought that would really be already.
so I've recently played through all 3 of them. So and I thought 2 was great until the end, and 3 was boring, and 1 was too old to be a thing anymore. But no, the new Uncharted looks. Uncharted 4, I'd probably buy it like an idiot, even though I've liked 3/4 of the game out of that series. Yeah,
It's Uncharted.
it's Uncharted. Yo, Drake and Sully interacting in the crowd and on the Jeep and stuff like that. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it looked technically like a good
I will
game.
play that for the story and then promptly probably forget about it. Because, hey, Uncharted. Anyway, that's E3 for today.
Well,
It's
Oh,
getting
that was
light
like-
outside.
Yeah, we had
getting
this
light
yesterday. It was pretty much daylight we were walking
So
in yesterday after Bethesda, weren't it?
the Sony one was probably the best one we've seen so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sony
Oh,
used
they,
the best.
they blew it out of the water.
It's going to take something special for tomorrow to beat it.
Like,
A lot of sequels, but good sequels.
Yeah,
Yes.
sequels you want.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot
To
of
get
These are the sequels. These are the sequels we need.
Don't
Yes.
think-
Yeah,
don't
not
think we
Knack
get into
2.
sequels that we didn't get, okay, Ollie? Otherwise, I'll sink back again.
yeah, let's wrap
Maybe
this
I'll
up
join
before
you.
Jacob
Gets
starts-
the pressed over rating.
Like I always I always know I was gonna get a PS4 for Street Fighter, but now I kind of want to get one sooner.
yeah.
There's games coming.
This one was basically, after some of the games have started to tempt me for, the next gen, this was the way where I think, which console do I ask for Christmas for my mum to try and buy me?
So,
It's
yeah.
the PS4 after
So
that.
before this SD card runs out of stuff, good day for conferences. Some nice stuff shown.
There were highs and
Overall,
lows.
highs and lows.
Pele was brilliant.
I might even come back tomorrow.
Some
Yeah.
highs.
Nintendo and
some
Square
Disney
Enix
lows.
tomorrow, along with a PC gaming show. Fuck knows what that is. Hopefully Half-Life 3's announced.
Oh.
Hey, look,
We've got Last Guardian. You can't start. As for that too.
Fucking calling it.